can tell. What I see, what I hear, what I know. So how many of you actually knew about the radio signal that has been received, sent for the past, I don't know, year or 2 years? We're going to look up when the first alien contact, first radio signal was received. I know that in April, May, they were talking about it. It was in the news. Nobody's paying attention to it. Until recently, it hasn't been brought up. I came across it because I watched that show, A Friend for the End of the World. For some stupid reason, came up on YouTube free, so I watched it. And then the girl that plays in the Pirates of the Caribbean, she's in that show, and literally this guy does like pitch movies. He does a pitch movie thing. Awesome channel, YouTube. And every time my video is done when I'm out in the field working, it shows that goes to that video about that pitch meeting, and it's the Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, you mean Pirates of the Caribbean? And I was kind of getting annoyed with it because every time my YouTube channel, when I was listening to it working out in the field last week, it kept going to that pitch meeting about Pirates of the Caribbean. Well, then the show shows up a friend to, I guess a friend to for the End of the World, and she's in it. Well, it's about a meteor that comes. The world knows about it. They finally get notified. They find it just out of the blue. A very quick, I guess they didn't really think it was going to hit the Earth. They saw the meteor in the show heading towards the Earth. But it was expected to be a world killer, same size as the dinosaurs. And throughout that show, the same guy that played in that show played in Bruce Almighty, where he was Moses and built a new ark for the end of the world. Well, he's in this show about this meteor that comes and destroys the Earth. But the depravity of humanity back in 2000, whatever, when he made the movie. Let's see when they made that movie, actually. Ah, man. So, The Friend for the End of the World, it came out 2012. My mother died 2012, and Russell Means died 2012, and the end of the world was predicted by the Mayan calendar in 2012. So this Friend for the End of the World stars Bruce Almighty. Meteor comes, ends the world, but the depravity of humanity, knowing that the world was going to end, shows the true nature of humanity back in 2012. This is prior to pandemic. The generation of 2012 is now old. I'm that generation. Yeah, I watched my mother die that year. So, pretty bad time. But is this a signal from beyond saying that there's something headed for the Earth? Which would fit in line with the fact that world leaders at this time really have no care of what they do to the population. Hyperinflation, building massive bunkers. They're getting ready for the end of society, civilization. Thanks. I just took it out of my braids for the day, or before I go to work. I always braid my hair every day at work, so I work out in the field. Just really a brutal night last night out in the field, everybody. 11 hours a day gets pretty tiring. So going back to A Friend for the End of the World, Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm telling you, pitch meeting has been showing up on I'm listening to YouTube on my phone, in my phone case, as I'm working with my headphones. But then you have the star Bruce Almighty. Then you have the alien object coming into our atmosphere, Apophis or whatever, and it's coming. And the thing about that, sorry, I have severe asthma and severe allergies. So if you take into consideration the show signs was showing up every day on my news feeds, and then you put in signs and Passion of the Christ. Okay, Passion of the Christ was going left and right prior to this deal with Pirates of the Caribbean. and Bruce Almighty with Moses. So I'm getting signs. There's also 12 was watching there, just so you know. I'm receiving signs of the end of the world coming. It's no joke. It's to me it's real because like I was telling my wife about signs, and then here comes this ship comes in, and they started mentioning, oh no, guess what? There's this thing coming in. It's an asteroid. It's coming in through into our solar system. It's lined up against our planets, and it's also going to be coming at us behind the sun. And the odds of that happening is like 0.1%. Good to see you though. 14 of us showed up. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for liking. We're going to try not to ban very many people today. We banned probably, I'd say, Flower was with me on here as a moderator pretty consistently. Thank you, Lil Pizza. Flower's done a great job. We got through most of the heinous attacks on this news station. So now we can actually talk, everybody. So when you put it in context, they're talking about 2029. There's going to be Apophis coming back. There's a possibility of it hitting the Earth 2029. Hey, Turkey, hope you're okay, Turkey. Hey, there's the earthquake that just happened over there. Not to mention the 40,000 was killed between you and Syria with the last earthquake. These earthquakes, I do believe personally that they are not accidental. I think they're scheduled. I think that there is a weapon, and you get to Tesla, you get to Elon Musk, you get to Donald Trump, and John Trump destroying Tesla's work. Factual. Donald Trump's uncle actually destroyed Tesla's work for the CIA. You can check it out for yourself. And then we have Elon Musk with Tesla, burn a Tesla, attack a Tesla, Tesla burning in front of the Trump Tower building or whatever. And Tesla said they had a weapon so great they could destroy the world. Nikolai Tesla did. And, you get John Trump that's in the office. I like Donald Trump, don't get me wrong, I like him, but he's a businessman. And I like Elon Musk, but he's the Cylon. He's the robot guy that's going to destroy the world with Neuralink and all that other stuff. So they're talking about Apophis coming and hitting us and killing us. Okay, well, there's a possibility of that. But I got a lot of dust in here. I'll probably take this thing off because this suit was a man's suit that died in a nursing home, and I was delivering to that nursing home, and they actually threw his stuff out like trash. Guy was on what they call a big stick, a giant battleship during World War II. This suit was thrown in a box that was going to the dumpster. I asked the people at the nursing home if I could have it. He said none of his kids came for it. Any of his possessions, he was just throwing to the wind. And so I've had his suit for about a decade now. I still have his shirt, actually, too. He was just... most heinous thing you see is when a soldier, be it a navalman, they discarded him. And I was very, very upset. And I was thankful for the suit. I keep his shirt in my closet. I don't know the man personally, but and it has a picture of his battleship and all that on his shirt. Really honored to have that. But it was going in the garbage can, and I was like, I was delivering milk there to a nursing home, and I'm like, what are you guys doing with this box? I mean, this guy's life is in this thing, and they said, oh, we're just throwing it away. His family doesn't care about him, and I saw this is a serviceman that served this country, and I feel bad for him because he was hoodwinked into this disaster known as corporate America. Anyway, I'm going to have a lot of coughs, guys, because I'm telling you, between the allergies and the asthma/COPD, I'm not in great shape. But it is what it is. Anyway, the pain is still big. We lost around 550. Yes. Yeah. I was there watching as this unfolded in your country, and it was very sad. And it was around the time that Erdogan he was capitulating to Russia. He was kind of stepping away from the alliance. They have the nuclear weapons, U.S. nuclear weapons in Turkey. And then you guys get a massive earthquake. Just like Russia, what happened Kamchatka Island, they get a massive earthquake, destroys their part of their fleet, destroys there's a lot more going on here than what people know. And that's why I don't think they care if they do nuclear war. Trump's going to meet with Putin and try to end the war, but I think the U.S. has a weapon that's so deadly it can cause massive earthquakes. Every time Erdogan tries to do anything to join Hamas or Hezbollah, you guys get an earthquake. Am I right? Am I right? I'm telling you, it's coincidences. We were covering that on the news on Facebook, 45 News Utah. You guys were kind of your president was kind of stepping along with Russia, was with against Israel. The more you guys protest against what's happening with Gaza, the next thing you know, you get an earthquake. So I don't believe in coincidences here on this earth. This is just, it's all factual. You check it out for yourself. I mean, you guys have deja vu. You've been here before. You know what I'm thinking. Yeah, which has not said lost those. Says back in 2023. I don't know much about those technologies, but I think we should fix our build. Well, you can hastily fix your buildings, but until my personal opinion, just by observation, as I warned about something big happening, the next day there was an earthquake. I did not do a news and preach, and then there was an earthquake. I do feel that you guys in Russia, it's pretty funny. You know, India is going to have another one. Now they're going to have a nuclear war in India. Now India is sanctioned. India is with BRICS. Anybody inside BRICS, anybody standing against this, the oligarchy will suffer massive earthquakes. Now the evil demon has raised its ugly head. It's not coincidences anymore. The Kamchatka earthquake is not a coincidence. It's Trump warned them, and then boom, their seaport was destroyed. Nuclear submarine seaport. You guys get another nice earthquake because you're going to try to support the fighting against Israel. Remember, it's Israel, and there's 33 people watching, which is supposed to be Christ's age, 33 years old. Those of you guys know me, I died at 34 and came back. So it was October 7th, same as the attack on Israel. I was up the canyon given a star location with a star map of where I was headed to give everybody an idea where heaven's located. Heaven's located at the Pegasus constellation and the Milky Way. That's where I was headed when I was dead. And I was pronounced dead by an EMT on the site. I broke my ankle. I went into hypothermic shock, and I shot up in the sky and set up there. There's a roof up there, everybody. There's a roof. So, as far as you guys, be careful. I just think that the more that Erdogan bucks the system, there's more a possibility. Same with you, India. Same with you, Brazil. Be very careful. You're dealing with some very nefarious people. And you can't blame governments because governments are corporations. That's just what it is. They're not answering to the people for by the people, else we would have a government that functions for the people and by the people instead of doing everything opposite what we do, which is the status quo in Washington, which is District of Columbia. We all get it. Where's hell? I was in hell last night. Thanks for asking there, Justin. I was there. Yeah. Don't go there. Call the underworld. Yeah, in my dreams. Yeah, it's just underneath you. I'll explain. Okay, I just explained this to my wife. My wife just got home. So in my dreams last night, there's a level underneath this place. When I had my sinus surgery, I lost oxygen. I kept dropping down to 70 oxygen, 60 oxygen. But when I was in surgery just a few months ago, I dropped through the floor. When they knocked me out, I went through the floor. And there was an entire underworld. It was just like the same place Christ went. See? It's got a problem. Drop down into it. This place I was in last night, there's no sun. The sun is not there. The sun. The world was like this. Just like this. It's like it's all black. You can see the ground. I'm 50, by the way. 50 people are watching. And 51 years ago, this upcoming November is the first time they received alien communication. Or that they sent communication into the heavens. 1974, November, when Apophis is coming. It's been 50 years since they sent that signal out into space. We'll get into that. But on the earth, in hell, nothing is normal. Okay, so what it is like the sky is black. The ground is lit. I was in oak brush and sand trying to find my ex-wife's mother that died. She's hit by an illegal alien, had crashed his car, been deported 4 times. She was a nurse, Highway 56. The illegal alien had rolled his car, drunk again, in the middle of the road, in the fog, and she was going to work as a nurse, sees the car, pulls over, or stops in the road, puts a flash on so nobody hits the car. The illegal alien from Mexico got in another car from a buddy from Burrell, picked him up, and he left the scene. He left the car rolled in the middle of the road. It's all been documented. She's there to try to find out if anybody's alive in the car. She's a nurse. She's got her flashes on. Well, another family was headed to church. It was Sunday morning, 6 in the morning, still dark. Hits the car, hits my mother-in-law, knocks her 100 feet off the road into the sagebrush. The cross was there for ex-mother-in-law, by the way. The cross was there for probably about 5 years that the family had put up. I had to tell my kids their grandma was dead. The guy had been deported 4 or 5 times prior. Same thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this real quick. Anyway, so she was there. Well, I was looking for her in hell. Okay? I was looking for her in hell. Couldn't find her. And my ex-wife and her family and friends were rude to me because they were in hell. And which I firmly believe that that's going to happen to my ex-wife. Just not being rude, but that's what I think. Because of the she's not willing to repent, not willing to, it's all me, very selfish. Well, that's Matthew. That's probably yeah. I mean, you go to any of the evangelicals, you go to any of the craziness that's going on in the churches. You go to the what's a father? Just saying, and what's a nun? I don't even know where those things came from. Anyway, in hell, I was looking for her in hell, probably to save her, to help, in my dream, and everybody's rude to me. They're just rude, ruthless. In this world of darkness, it's a world of darkness. Hell is a world of darkness. Woke up today pretty much knowing the fact that's hell. That's the same kind of dreams I've had before. When I've gone into this other realm of deceit, lies, darkness. The other times I've been in this place, in these dreams, it's like this old cabin, like Uncle Tom's cabin, and it's got doors that open. It's when you get to see hell, you understand it's every torture you can imagine psychologically goes through the person that's been banished to hell. That's what it is. Hell is already inside many people that are here. They're already understanding hell. They've already made their deal with the devil. They already believe in Satan. Satan is their god. R&B, rap music, all this culture. They all have devil symbols. They all take part in all kinds of stuff. So, a lot of these people are already involved in hell. Hollywood, the child things that they go, the predators has been inside of our corporations, Hollywood, all that. So there's a lot of people in hell. I've seen it. It's not a place you want to be. But there is those that are there, those that are in the underworld that are waiting, place that souls go, where they don't want to, they need to be saved. Some people have learned. There's 44 people watching. Yeah. That's for every 44 minutes there's an alien signal sent to us. The government's picking it up. The huge discs they have setting out there in the desert picking up, they're getting it every 44 minutes. This world is receiving alien transmission. We're going to look up the date and time. So this show, a friend for the end of the world, okay? Pirates of the Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean. What does this have to do with today? Well, wake up today. Paul Bagley's talking about Apophis, the devil horn thing that's flying around, going to come back 2029, possibly going to hit the earth. 2%, 3% chance, 4% chance. Does governments, which are corporations and conglomerations and BlackRock, State Street, do they already understand that there's something coming and there's nothing anybody can do about it? Or have they ran their AI programs to tell them that the possibility of what's incoming, they're starting to see it now, they're starting to see all these objects coming in, the possibility of an alien attack, which is meeting Christopher Columbus, meeting the native tribes of South America, Amerigo Vespucci, and the entire near genocide of the entire 99% of the population of America would be the meeting of modern humanity and an advanced civilization. Some people are trying to say, well, if they're advanced, they wouldn't believe in war. That's not the case, because God's plan, you go to Australia, you have marsupials, and you have a Tasmanian tiger that comes out. You have predators that come out inside this God's blueprint. That's your everything from mice to kangaroos, all evolved in the island of Australia with God's plan. Predators emerge inside of that system. That's just a part of the system, like mountain lions, bears, wolves, hawks. There's always something that's going to eat the others that live off plants, flora, fauna, grains, grazers, ungulates get killed by a predator. That's the way God's blueprint is. Hawks are just lazy birds that their claws are too big. They can't walk, so they fly and attack and eat the other birds, while the other birds pick and eat bugs and substance off the ground. They don't kill each other. Aliens would be the same type of thing. But you got to take this in context. Being that we understand technology now, we can build different types of matter, not us as far as human flesh. We can now merge AI with a flesh-like substance. Now, are angels made of a hybrid, what we call artificial body? I would have to say yes, because the ultimate goal of humanity that breaks down because it's biological is to evolve into something that can be pre-made and then put into the system. That way the body part dies, you replace it with the $1 million man's arm. That's what the end goal of this system will be. Where we started out making huge computers, now we're down to small computer chips. All that information goes into there. We're advancing faster than what most people would believe. Now, the end goal of humanity is Neuralink, where they'll put in chips into your brain that will tell your body to reproduce collagen to put itself back into its prime. This is all factual. This is how the system works. Eventually, humans will merge with AI. That's right there, right now. The guy that has Neuralink can play on his computer while he's asleep. This time is coming where physical illnesses and mental illnesses will be corrected by Neuralink. And I'd say just Neuralink, saying it's a AI human cross. Now, anything that's outside of our planet is going to already more than likely be in that can travel here in 50 years. After 1974, when they first released their first radio communications into the stars, the heavens, they now received the answer back 50 years later. Believe me, I'm 50. I understand. I get it. Christ was told, you're not even 50 yet by these Pharisees and whatever they called themselves then. Same thing. You're not even 50 yet. 50 is a magical number. I'm 51. By 50 people were watching. Now there's 51 people. I'm turning 51 this year. Coming up in a few days. So, are the interstellar beings and angels going to be what we would consider artificial intelligence? Yes. Are they going to have superhuman strength? Yes. Do they suffer from the same biological meat or earthly human disease and sickness? And no, they will not. Being what we've understood with Australia, how everything advanced until it was introduced, cats were introduced, and dingoes were introduced, and destroyed the natural environment, destroyed the natural system of God's creation by an invasion from an invasive species, just like we're experiencing here with the bark beetles, kills off everything that's here naturally, or the trees and everything else. If you don't have an interjection from an invasive species, you end up with total advancement. That's the way it is. The system works. Eventually, the creatures get smart enough. They become more neurological compatible with God. Eventually, they learn enough to become not flesh and blood, but to become linked with the heavens, to be linked with something much more superior, a higher power, which is God himself. God himself is he's everywhere. He's everything. He does everything. Nothing here was not created by God. And if you don't understand that, you don't understand systems. You don't understand making games. You don't understand how this phone was developed. You don't understand how Wi-Fi was developed. You understand nothing. There's nothing. If you don't understand there's a God, then you don't understand anything that's happening here. False worlds. And once we get to that point where we're developing, like what we do with Facebook, was going to be the farther we advance into making our own worlds on the internet, the more that we unleash God's power into other worlds. That's why we're all in a system. That's why this is all a matrix. You can't deny it anymore. Hear me out. Would you like to hear some truth about the Mandela effect? 41 of you watching. Thanks for watching. Those of you that are evil, I'm going to have to ban you or silence you. The show Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Remember Jim Carrey went nuts, found God. Just think about that. He just realized what this system is fake. The Mandela effect. I remember Nelson Mandela dying. But I was here then. The younger generation, you were not. I remember the Monopoly guy having a monocle. You young guys, you don't understand any of that. But you still got a belief. Maybe you see the same. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. What did Jim Carrey do? What happened to Jim Carrey? The funniest man ever. This guy was great, just like Robin Williams. Beautiful. Joker and the Thief. The Joker and the Thief. Hendrix, written by Bob Dylan. That thing goes way back. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, when he walks into the rich man's mansion, the guy that actually started all that with the bat virus. Oh, that gosh darn bat. Where is the bat? Where is the bat? Remember the bat virus? Are you the kind of person that believes in signs? The Monopoly guy. Thanks for the free parking. The guy standing on the stairs with the lady that looks like Sweet Dreams, the Eurythmics. Sweet dreams are made of these. It has a fox fur on. Okay? The guy standing with her, she's like, yes, you must enjoy the fruits of nature sometime, Mr. Ventura. He punches the guy out. He's got a monocle. Thanks for the free parking. The guy's got a monocle. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, and you are the Monopoly guy. Oopsie, we got a problem. See, back in the 90s, the Monopoly guy had a monocle. That's why the show... I was up on the mountain, I was downloading videos, free videos off of YouTube. Because I was going to lose reception when I got in the trailer to go to sleep last Friday night. So Ace Ventura comes up, I download it. And I've been wondering about the Mandela effect. Well, guess what? I was listening to a podcast last night. And they're talking about the Mandela effect, saying we are in a simulation period because this shows a breach in the simulation. And I'm going, I was watching Ace Ventura, and you are the Monopoly guy. Yes, yes, yes. Remember he danced around with the guy on his back? La, la. Do not pass go. Do not collect $100 or whatever. That's right. When nature calls, yeah. That's, nature calls. Ace Ventura, when nature calls. I don't know about Curious George. I wasn't a Curious George fan. But I remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison. I remember Luke, I'm your father. It was a thing. Everybody was saying it. Luke, I'm your father. He didn't say that in today's world. And the Monopoly guy doesn't have a monocle. But this goes back to Bruce Almighty too recently. So we're going to open another tab because some man 1974. Guess when they sent out the first signal into space to reach alien communication? 1974. I was born in 1974. They received 44 minutes, but it's been 50 years since they sent out that signal. We'll go back into that in a minute. 1974, Monopoly. I can't. Monopoly game. It's gonna be bad. I'm gonna have a lot of cough, guys. It's just gonna be. I always have that cough. I always will have that cough. Till I get out and about. So this guy, some guy said he found a 1974 Monopoly game with a monocle. Now, I don't know if it was true. I'll same with Jiffy peanut butter. Yeah, so do you mean 1970 Monopoly guy with the monocle? So, yeah, this is somebody saying the exact same thing. Why did Ace Ventura, this comes from Facebook, why did Ace Ventura have the guy with the Monopoly monocle? Monocle? The peanut guy had a monocle. I want to see the game. He always had a monocle. According to many, the Monopoly man had a monocle, but Parker Brothers says never had one. What should I remember? I was talking about Ace Ventura. Somebody else has found the Ace Ventura. Somebody has this. So I'll show you. This is I believe it's a, this was an Asian version. And the guy had a monocle. You can see that it shows that there was a monocle. The guy did have a monocle. The Monopoly guy did. But that is an old version. Essence of what? Taste Cup. That's something is October 2009. It talks about Ace Ventura, same thing. They show either which one is it. And I remember, I'm going to try to back this up. Paul Burnell jacked off on stream. I don't know what you're talking about. 1970 then. Trying to catch up. I think we got somebody here that needs to get going. Just kick that off for a second. Hopefully it kicked these. So you as the number 2, Timothy, Paul Burnell. No, that was Tubin. Jeffrey Tubin did that. One day I'm gonna kill over, but it is what it is. Anyway, so let's get into this mysterious signal. Ah, man, I'm telling you, I just tired. I'm tired. When was the other mysterious signal every 22 minutes? That one came in. They've already had first contact. This one I think was first contact. A mysterious signal, radio signal from deep in space named GPM, blah, 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 has been observed to repeat every 22 minutes for over 30 years. So 50 years ago, in November 16th, the Earth sent out its first radio signal into space for communication. For 30 years now, they've received radio signals. This unusual regularity has puzzled astronomers as it doesn't quite match the characteristics of known celestial objects like pulsars and magnetars. So this is the exact same thing they're saying now about the one every 44 minutes. The one every 44 minutes is much more intense. This is a new signal that started up. So this one started out 30 years ago. What month did that start up? We're going to find out. This source is located 15,000 light years away. Baffling characteristics. So let's find out what every 44 minutes Sagittarius. This signal that comes in every 44 minutes they talked about, they found in May, if it's from Sagittarius constellation, that is where Apophis is coming from. Not Apophis, the other one. I think it's Apophis, the new one. If it's coming from the Milky Way, then we have possible alien contact. Sagittarius. What's it? Sagittaron. That's off Battlestar Galactica. So recently, astronomers discovered a celestial object designated KAP, which emits unusual signals repeating every 44 minutes. Where's it coming from? Here's what makes this object noteworthy. It emits pulses in both radio waves and X-rays simultaneously. A previously observed characteristic from objects of this type. Long period transient. Long period transient falls under a newly recognized category called long period radio transients, which pulse much slower than traditional pulses. So it's going slow. It's trying to, am I going too fast for you? Its behavior doesn't fit neatly into existing classifications of celestial objects like pulsars, magnetars, and typical white dwarfs, leaving its true nature a mystery. So, where is it coming from? We're going to click on this over here. This comes from Vice.com. This is all July 3rd, 2025. They're finally talking about it. Where's it coming from? Out in the cosmic wilds of our galaxy. It's in our galaxy. I got so many ads popping up. Jeez. Where is its direction? So discovered in Australia's whatever telescope, this peculiar beacon emits 2-minute-long pulses of both radio and X-rays. That's rare. The only reason we ever noticed the extraterrestrial signal playing on 2 channels was dumb luck. NASA's whatever X-ray observatory happened to be scanning the exact same patch of sky at the exact same time. It's like tuning into an episode of I Love Lucy 1953 and finding out it's being simulcast or simulcast. So it's got, they don't even know half the stuff that's going on. So the signals, now they shot down, in 2023 they shot down these cylindrical objects in our sky called the Chinese balloons. That was 2023. This was 2022. This is when Russia invaded Ukraine. This signals belong to a class of space stuff called long period radio transients, LPTs. Yeah, discovered 2020. This kind of, so they didn't talk about this until May of this year, but they discovered these 2 signals, one X-ray, one radio, in 2022. Yeah. This is they held this since 2022. This was talked about. I want to know where it came from. Where is it originating? Where in our solar system? What? There's a possibility that it is in the direction of Pegasus and the Milky Way. Not associated with specific constellation, but rather with newly discovered objects. So It's not in a particular constellation because it's inside our solar system. It's transient too, so it's moving. Yeah, it's not a existing classifications of stars. It doesn't. I'm gonna put. It's either gonna be the Big Dipper or Pegasus. Now, if it's a Big Dipper, then that would be right along the line of Lakota Cheyenne star knowledge. It sounds like the first aka recently discovered. Da da da. Okay, it's Milky Way. Heaven's located in the Milky Way, by the way. It's Pegasus Milky Way. So it is a Milky Way. Now let's see. We're gonna try to type that in. ASKAP. 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 Idiots. They should get a job. I was gonna go see if it's ASKAP located. If it's coming from Sagittarius, Sagittarius direction. Now, if it is in that direction where that new asteroid's come from, one recent and intriguing discovery made with the ASKAP telescope. Okay, that's a... My grandkids outside. So it says, yeah, one recent and intriguing discovery made with the ASKAP telescope involving the Sagittarius direction is ASKAP J18321. Here's what makes it mysterious. Location: the object is situated in the Milky Way galaxy, approximately 15,000 light years from Earth. It emits pulses, radio waves, X-rays, according to space. This is AI. This is it. This is it. This is it. They're saying this telescope is actually receiving radio waves from the location of Sagittarius, Milky Way, approximately 15,000 light years away. Where is the new meteor coming from? The new supposed meteor, Sagittarius. Okay. Oh yeah, I do believe in Jesus. I hope we don't get all wiped out yet. Well, I mean, wiped out is relatively concerning because the good people, the good, the innocent, no. But as far as like the wicked that's here now, good possibility they're going to be wiped out anyways. I think that's the end goal. My personal opinion, the end goal is annihilation of the entire... Let's see what's going on with this. Why can't I do any background videos? I can't put a background up here. Hold on a second. Oh, I guess I can't do any hide video, flip. I can't even put a background on this anymore. Wow. I do think that bad people will possibly be wiped out anyways. Yeah, they will not allow me to do at least 1 minute content is needed to create a short. What is going on with this? Lighting. There's green screen now. Let's do this. The bad people are going to be wiped out anyway because AI is going to have to get rid of the masses. And I mean, bad people is relatively, could be, I mean, a lot of people right now are living bad, but there is some very, very nefarious people on Earth. But what's going to happen is the major conglomerations of human beings is going to be destroyed very shortly because the reason why they're going to get rid of them, those of you guys in India, be very careful. I think my personal opinion, you're being slaughtered for some kind of annihilation. So those of you that live in India, those of you from Hindustan, this is the time to be the people with God, to start actually being that way and telling the truth to your leaders, because your leaders are trying to go to war with Pakistan. Plus, you're being hit with massive tariffs to destroy your economy because you're part of BRICS. You're slotted for something big. There's too many people. You got too many people in too small areas. You're locked into very tight quarters. Unless Russia opens up to the Indian people, unless the Indian people are allowed to go into areas of the world where they can flourish with their high concentration of human beings, unless Africa becomes more Christ-like and stops believing in this revolution of Islam again, the the whatever caliphate that's coming, they're trying to implement now. There's going to be no hope. India has nowhere to go. You have nowhere. They've got to open up your lands to your people. You got to get those people out of the slums. Same with Africa. Plenty of land throughout the African continent. Remember, there's 1+ billion Africans in Africa alone, not to mention, you know, all over America, Central America, Africans in America, Africans in Canada, Africans all over the world, African descent. Africa could be built into a beautiful paradise. Stop loving the lions and the predators, eliminate the killers that are there, and start developing Africa into an area where people are not locked into, billions of people on the continent should be locked into slums. Slums should not exist. There's a way to stop this incoming judgment end of days, and to slow it down would be thy kingdom come and live here as a kingdom. We should all these inner city people that are locked into depravity, starvation, and hopelessness, especially in third world countries. The land is owned by the rich. Until the people come together for a true democracy, there's no hope for humanity. The end is going to be the same. The masses of people have to be eliminated. Too many people cause too many problems. They can't have their kingdoms, man's kingdoms, if the masses have become too overpopulated and they start to kill themselves off and destroy the country, and there's a possibility of revolt, which is happening now. Hyperinflation, they're laughing at you. They're taking everything they can take. Everything's going up and up and up and up, and they don't care. America's the same way. 51% live in abject poverty. 10% think that the 40% think they're doing something, which is they're doing nothing but serving their masters. It's the upper 10%. There's nothing left. This is where we have a French Revolution globally, where they eat the rich. The rich man claims the land. It's a king's land wherever you're living, whatever continent you're living on. The kings and the dictators. Remember Peter? That's why we called you Peter. That's why we call it Peter. Peter, dick. Get behind me, devil. Peter wasn't the greatest, by the way, of the apostles. That's why he's called a Peter. Nobody gets that either. Nobody should be in slums. Every human being deserves a piece of this earth. God made this for us. It's Christ's earth. He's going to destroy you that destroys earth. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. The rich man owns thousands of acres, tens of thousands of acres all over America. Big, massive ranches with the rich, the rich, the rich. And the rich only get rich by the suffering of the poor. And by using that 40% sponge cushion known as the middle class. These things are coming for you. They're coming for you. Don't we deserve something better? Well, maybe. But do you deserve what you get? Would be the question. Well, that's not my vengeance, that's his. He's coming for you directly. The rich man should be worried. He's coming to get you. He's coming to destroy you personally. That's his goal. This is a simulation, everybody. The Monopoly guy. It's all a simulation. The world's a simulation. Rich man, open up your doors. Open it up. There's no need for these people to be living in poverty. What is money? How the hell did you make that up? Oh, it's a digit now. It's not even worth the damn metal's not is worth more than the money is. Remember, you have to have less so they can have more. That's the way it is. It's called predatorial. Remember the wolves of Wall Street? The wolves of Wall Street. I like that. It's about me, 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 me. Well, Christ is a shepherd and his flock is his sheep. And if you're a wolf or advocate for wolves, your God is the devil. And he's already lost. It's okay. You chose to be a wolf. All leaders should throw down everything they've ever put upon the people and say, let my people go, rich men. Let my people go. Because the majority rules in a democracy. That's why they called it democracy. Democracy. You first. What do you talk about? Solomon Hapner. I am first. And I'll be the last, too. I walk with the Lord. You walk with the devil. I am. And that's what he said, I am. I'm in you and you're in me if you're with the Lord. That's the facts. You first, Solomon. To hell. Because your ways of princes and kings, sheikhs, right? That's what they call them, sheikhs, sheiks, whatever it is. They die too. They die a lot. And nobody cares. Isn't that the funny thing? Oh, that sheikh was the best sheikh ever. Said the dead guys. Said nobody ever. Nobody cares. See, everybody's dead already if they're not alive. The last will be first, and the first will be last. I'm a slave, Mr. Solomon. I don't even... No, get the hell out of here. Don't even need your Solomon. Solomon. See how he attacks? I'm a slave, Solomon. Much like the others that are here. We're slaves to eat. I guess we don't have anything around our neck. Solomon. Solomon Grundy. Is that what it is? Really? I've already died, Solomon. October 7th, not January 3rd. Seems to be the day Israel's attacked, right? Yeah. Kind of ironic, isn't it, Solomon? The last will be first, Solomon. You first. Right? You want me to give up everything I have. I'm a slave, bro. I have nothing. I preach every day. This stuff's coming to get you. Me, I don't care. I don't care, bro. I don't care. Why? Because the last will be first here. Give up your land, rich man. You can't own the land in which the people walk. It's not your earth. But we're stewards of the land. Is that what it is, Stewart? Stewie? Stewart? Oh. No. Living color, Stewart. Why one man can own thousands of acres and be a sheikh, a god among men. There's nothing godly like these men. They're not godly. They're Satanists. Open India up. Let the Indian people be free. Let the Pakistanis and Indian people work together, live together forever, or blow them all up. I guess it's easier to blow them all up, right? Every child is sacred here. Every child. Every one of them. Innocence is what we're supposed to be protecting here. Solomon Grundy. Innocence. Why? Because this could kill you dead and nobody could care about you. You're just bones in the graveyard. Great big zero. Until you understand death and you experience death here on this earth, you'll never be where I'm at, bro. Let my people go. Moses. Let my people go, pharaohs. That's what this show was about. A friend for the end of the world. He played Bruce Almighty with Moses, or with the flood, the Great Flood. It was Seth, and no, he wasn't let my people go. He was due as Seth in the Great Flood. The descendants of Seth and Cain's descendants, and the mixing of the DNA is exactly what they do today. Same things. They're excited about a dire wolf. I mean, come on, you guys. Bruce Almighty, Moses, Jesus with the Passion of Christ, with the show signs. The same thing. The same thing. It's all happening. Passion of the Christ. Alien signals on the show signs. They received the first alien signals. It's not right. The signals mean something. I relate to the coming of Christ. And the reason why is because you're getting signals. This signal is coming from Sagittarius. The new meteor is coming from, it says, pulse of both radio waves, X-rays, according to space. The simultaneous emergence. This is what they're talking about. So they're saying it's coming from Sagittarius. It's the direction of Sagittarius. It's all together. It's all the same thing. Yeah. This was May 19th, 2022. Famous alien. Wow. Signals may have come from distant. Knowing the big ear telescope to receive, we're pinpointing the direction of. Let's click on this. Let me show you. Listen to this. I'm being honest with this. Let's see this off. Oh crap, I didn't get that off of there. Trying to get it off of the screen. Let's see. Let me flip this around. So listen to this. Famous alien. Wow. I don't know what that. Signals may have come from a distant sun-like star. This is May 2022. Let's see if I can get this to go out a little bit. There we go. For some reason, it tries to do differently. Blast discovered nearly half a century ago. So this is, researchers may have pinpointed a source of a famous supposed alien broadcast discovered nearly half a century ago. The prominent and still mysterious wow signal, which briefly blared in a radio telescope the night of August 15th, 1977. We're coming up on the 15th, now it's the 11th. May have come from a sun-like star located 1,800 light years away in constellation Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Where is the mysterious obvious? Where's mysterious object coming from? Sagittarius. It's called the wow. The wow signal. August 15th, 1977. What's going to happen on August 15th, everybody? That's Friday, August 15th. That is when Trump meets with Zelensky. It says, remember the wow signal that came out in the late 60s. It was 77. We're on the same page. August 15th, 1977. August 15th, Trump meets with Zelensky. Comes from Sagittarius. Hear me out. Yeah, I don't know. They don't understand the firmament. I've been there. It's doesn't. You can't get through it, but they can see it. Remember, a lot of this stuff's already happened. Everything you're seeing is thousands of years ago. Oh, flowers here. Good to see a flower. I've banned one person in silence too. The radio signals coming from Sagittarius, 1977, August 15th. Donald Trump's meeting with Vladimir Putin in Alaska on the 15th. In just a few days, 4 days from now. 4 days from now. On the anniversary of this wow signal, 1977. 7 plus 7 is 14. It's not 15. So you can't do a numerology. We can't do a numerology here saying, I don't believe in numerology anyway because it's satanic, but you see the signs. If that would have been 1978, we'd have to say that would match up to be 15. But I do match up right now. This is the anniversary of the signal they received in 1977 as the anniversary is going to be on the day Trump and Russia meet. Something big's coming. Something big's coming. Friday. I'm pegging it right now. What I'm saying is Trump is 8 and 8 is 16 though. Maybe it's going to be this. Maybe it's going to be the nuclear war. Maybe this is a nuclear war. We're following the signs, Flower. We're following the signs. Mysterious radio waves. Every 44 minutes. 4 plus 4 is 8. Trump is 88. Something's happening Friday, Flower. August 15th, 1977. And it came from the same constellation, Sagittarius. And if you know about the Sagittarians on Battlestar Galactica, believe me, I'm William Galetka, not Galactica. The arrow of Apollo pointed to the tomb of Athena that pointed that race to Earth, the new heaven and new Earth. Galactica, Battlestar Galactica was about the new heaven and new Earth, the race of beings that came here illegally, which Russell Means talked about with this South American journalist. In his interview, he said they traveled here illegally for the Blue Planet and the Buffalo. Admitted, then the Mormons dig up the plates, and Joseph Smith has them, and they said the plates are good back to heaven. No, they're not. That's what they wrote Battlestar Galactica after. The guy was high in the Mormon church. Hear me out. The arrow of Apollo points a direction to the tomb of Athena that shows the direction to this earth and this heaven. Christ is bringing the new earth and the new heaven without going to it. The arrow of Apollo, the statue of Sagittarius was what the arrow of Apollo was on, was Sagittarius. I'm going bow hunting Saturday. Archery hunt starts Saturday. Archery hunt starts Saturday. The arrow of Apollo. William Galactica. Come on, guys. My son is Ty. My daughter's Caitlin. And someone just said sack off. Somebody was sacking off. I didn't silence that person. Well, Caitlin sack off. My daughter's Caitlin played Starbuck. The arrow of Apollo, the statue of Sagittarion, which is Sagittarius. Both the signals are coming from Sagittarius, including the incoming interstellar objects coming from Sagittarius. The arrow of Apollo, I'm going bow hunting. On Saturday, which is the 16th, 88, Donald Trump is 88. 8 and 8, 16. August 15th, 1977, they sent out the radio, say they received a wow signal. August 15th. We're 4 days from there. We're 4 days from there. They're receiving a signal every 44 minutes. 4. There's your 4. Too fast for me, too, Mark. Too fast for me. I'm going bow hunting the day after that this happens, and it was this. That is the anniversary of the first signal they ever received, alien communication, August 15th, 1977, called the WOW signal. The greatest meeting ever to be held at the end of the world with two warring factions, the United States and Russia, which this war is the U.S. and Russia, period. The meeting's going to take place on the 15th. There's your sign. And the great number 4. I died at 34, not 33. That's my anniversary, my death date. It's not a coincidence, everybody. It's not a coincidence. They're literally meeting on the anniversary of the first. Okay, here we go. Prominent and still mysterious wow signal, which briefly blared in a radio telescope the night of August 15th, 1977. 7 7 is 14. 9 and 1 is 10. I can't put that together. But 44, 4 plus 4 is 8. I mean, and Trump's 8. 8, 8, 16. That's the day I go bow hunting. I'm just saying. But it came from Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the statue on Battlestar Galactica 2005. You can watch it yourself. I died 2006, not 2005. The arrow of Apollo, Sagittarius, the blood of the Sagittarians points the direction to the new heaven, the new earth. Yeah. You got a white compound. I got with one. You're using a 1-inch muzzy. I'm gonna actually use expandable broadheads this time. The muzzies last year, I shot a bull right here, and it didn't. We got a massive storm, lost the blood trail. I'm not impressed with what happened last year. That was my elk. The arrow of Apollo is what I'm talking about, though. The arrow of the bow hunt. It's too ironic, everybody. So anyway, this comes from a sun-like star located 1,800 light years away. WOW signal is considered to be the best SETI candidate radio signal that we have picked up with our telescopes. Amateur astronomer told Live Science, search for extraterrestrial life, this is the best they've ever had for extraterrestrial life. Up until every 44 minutes, you're receiving a massive signal. Anyway, so I predict it's to do with alien stuff, but it could be due at the end of the world. It's 88 degrees Fahrenheit right now. 88. Trump's 88. Trump is 88. Look at that. Right? What's going on here? I'm using 100 grains. I'm just 100 grain broadheads. I'm just going to use the expandables. 100 instead of 125. Tried getting 110s, but I can only get the 100 grains. I have dedicated hunter. I get 103 hunts too. This is the arrow of Apollo. you'll see the new earth, the new heaven coming. We're either going to see the coming of the new earth, the new heaven, and all. This is the Lord. This is literally the coming. And like I said, um, he is, but it's 88 degrees here. The 15th is going to be the meeting of Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin in Alaska. Predictions. Worst case scenario. Putin is shot down crossing the Bering Strait. He suffers a accident like all the other presidents of Iran, like what happened to the head of the special forces in Russia that was killed in a helicopter attack. 33's watching. Putin lands, they arrest him immediately on U.S. soil. Dmitry Medvedev takes over, pushes the button. And hello, good Paul, and your name is Paul Saul 33. Ah, Karen, I'm late. Hopefully Carol was here in the cookbook. And Bruce, I got to get out of here. It's time for work. I mean, I literally got to be on the working. You have to watch and replay. I will have this video live again tomorrow. I'll take an entire day to upload. It'll be live again. You guys can watch this and replay. We have 4 days left. 4 plus 4 is 8. Trump's 88. Today it's August 8th month. The 15th was the first alien communication ever received, 1977. August 15th. I think we found it. 9 and 9 is 18. That's my birthday. Yeah, Flower, I guess we'll see. You're witnessing the 2 largest nuclear biological armed countries in the history of the world meeting over a war that's been taking place in Ukraine, the borderlands, with Victoria Newland that was involved from the very beginning. Victory in the New Land, Victoria Newland. The birthplace of Christianity for Russia was Crimea. The Valley Decision, I believe, wholeheartedly is in Ukraine. The Valley of Jehoshaphat. I looked it up. I ran through the whole scenario where it would be. This is going to be the coming of the kingdom come. I was a milkman for 21 years. I'm going to the land of milk and honey, everybody. Come on. My honeybee, my aunt. Honeybee. 44 is showing right there. There's 44 people watching. I have all the gold. Streets of gold. They're meeting. If Putin gets assassinated, that'll be all-out war, nuclear war. It's not going to be a slight trick of the hand. We are witnessing the biggest clown show. Paul 8:6 and 8:9. Let's look up those two. It is. Your new name is Ricky Numbers. My new name? I have to check that out. I don't know what that means, Karen. I was going to say Adama would be my new name in that sense, because they always give you a name in a temple and all that stuff. It'd be Adama. Commander Adama. Galetka, by the way, which is William. My name is actually William, my middle name. On 6th and 9th of August 1945, the United States detonated the 2 atomic bombs over Japan. So that'd be 6 and 9. So August 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 6 and 9. August 15th, the first alien signal ever hit the Earth. August 15th, Putin is going to meet with Trump in Russia, in Alaska. 6 and 9. There's probably something to do with 1945 to do with August 15th. I'm talking numbers, yeah. I'm talking, and numerology's bad, but there's signs, Karen, there's signs. Remember Mel Gibson, the show Signs, Alien Invasion, First Contact. He also wrote Passion of the Christ. He directed Passion of the Christ. (1945), 10 and 9. They're saying the 29th of October, this thing's going to be seen. The sun is going to block it. They're saying Halloween. My grandpa was murdered on Halloween. My Indian grandpa. 19. Yeah, 10, 9, 19. If it comes up 77, see, keep thinking about this. It isn't going to be a diversion, because the reason why it can't be a diversion, it won't be a diversion, is because if there's something that happens, the probabilities of a nuclear annihilation. Remember, there is not just nuclear bombs. This world is like, give me some, Russian aggression, give me die, let's do this. The weapon in Turkey, what happened to Turkey? They just had another earthquake, but they just did to Russia. Tesla had the weapon. John Trump destroyed it. Donald Trump's uncle went in with the CIA, FBI, and destroyed it. John Trump. Nikola Tesla, which is Elon the Cylon. It's actually Elon Musk, the mask of the Cylon. He's the one, Neuralink, all the robots, the Cylon menace. It's just all goes together. Anyway, I got to get out of here. Matthew, don't look for signs from the heaven. I don't know about that, Paul, because there'll be signs in the heavens and on earth. Christ said don't look for signs. I don't know. I gotta go. Thanks for everybody for watching. Just remember, 4 days from now, every 44 minutes, on the 15th, first alien signal, 1977, August 15th. We just went through all this. Everybody went through this. You can check it out for yourself. Go down that rabbit hole. Go down it. My opinion, the possibilities and probabilities of Vladimir Putin being shot out of the air or being arrested in Alaska is high. Very high. Higher than anybody can imagine. Even with all the U.S. Secret Service protection, somebody could have any kind of weapon sitting over the Bering Strait waiting for him to cross. Once they take out Vladimir Putin in the sickle, the hammer and sickle, the Soviet sickle, Christ said, put in the sickle, the vats are full. The end of days. Putin, Vladimir Putin, the hammer and sickle, the Soviet hammer and sickle. Putin the sickle, it's the end of days. Yeah. See you tomorrow, hopefully. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you again soon. The channel's alive again, by the way. Too many coincidences. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Flower. Thanks, everybody showing up, Karen.